All right, next up we are going to the LB map. You see the LB map is vertical, oriented vertically. So what we want to do first is go ahead and label our quadrants. 1, 2, flip it over, 3, and 4. So that when I say which quadrant number, you'll know where we are. Flip it over to the front of the map. And you'll probably have more space. I just am limited. This begins on page 13 of the Regional Study Guide. It introduces you to highways made by the land between that make it an essential bridge between town centers in Aram and Mesopotamia and in Egypt. And so you'll start by reading pages 8 and 9. So go ahead and pause that. Then it invites you to explore the same map that's on the front and back covers of your Regions on the Run, which again, is going to be very similar to that. I can walk through some of this with you. Elevation scale on the map aids you in determining the highs and the lows. I'm going to show you the Rift Valley, that's this here, the Dead Sea, the Transjordan Mountains here, got Dan and Hatzor down here. Continue to walk through and you can see these things. Now, pause here for more review throughout page 13 of your Regional Study Guide. And now you're going to be looking at the Regional Study Guide map. Hill country regions present difficulties for travel and communication, whereas plains, valleys, plateaus offer relative ease of travel. On this map, try to find the easiest way to travel through the land, staying on plains, valleys, or plateaus to avoid hilly regions and canyons. So place your finger at Gaza, which I'll have to go to quadrant 3 for that, right here. And try to reach Damascus, which you'll stay on the plain. Here, you got options to make your way up to Damascus. You'll see that the whole point of this section as you explore the map on your own is that it's difficult to cross east-west. We'll start by looking at event 5. Look at the chart in the back of Regions on the Run. You'll see in the reading here, it says not all names in this Egyptian scribe Hori's letter appear on the map, but we can follow an imaginary trip as it avoids areas of difficulty and follows the imperial highways in Canaan. He begins in Phoenicia and moves down the coast to Mount Carmel, but stops before entering the mountains whose main city is Shechem. He then turns toward Hatzor and on the way questions Amenhotep about other options around Lake Galilee. After an excursion of our map to the north, he returns to the region of Damascus and circumvents the Yarmouk River Canyon by Kiryat Anab to reach Beth Shan, a natural eastern gateway to Jezreel Valley and to Megiddo. He then proceeds through the nearby perilous pass to the coastal highway and south to Joppa, Gaza, and Raphia. Follow his path in the text below and color the city dot of each in orange when the name of that city appears. And you'll have to excuse me because I do not have orange, so I am going to do red. Let me tell you about another strange city named Byblos. What's it like? As well as its goddess. Once again, you have not walked about it. Now, please instruct me about Beirut, about Sidon. Okay, put a little dot on Sidon. On the city dot, sorry. So the city dot. about Zarephath. Where is the stream of Litani? The Litani reaches the sea just north of Tyre. What is Usu like? What about Tyre? Continues on. Let me tell you about a difficult case. The crossing of Sarum, Silayim, the perilous highway along steep slopes the south of Tyre, called the Ladder of Tyre. We see that there. Lead on towards the south and the route to the region of Akko. Where does the road to Akshaf begin? There it is. At what town, pray teach me about the mountains of Usur, Mount Carmel, south of Akko? What is its promontory like? Where are the mountains of Shechem found? Well, I was doing pretty good. Oh, there it is right there. Shechem. Okay. In which direction does the royal courtier travel to reach Hatzor? There's Baal Hazor. That's the mountain. I think we got to go to the next section of the map here. No, that is incorrect. I may have to come back and redo this one. If you hear the chewing in the background, that's my dog chewing off his own leg. Not really. Okay, I'm sure I'll find Hatzor in a second. But here's Tiberias, the next one. Degar and Degar El, a thoroughfare known to every royal courtier. Pray teach me about the road and show me Yan. You see Yan anywhere on here? Or Adamim. There's Adamim. Well, goodness. Yam has to be around here somewhere. Oh, you know him. Sorry. There it is. Have you seen Kiriath Anab? Have you? That is the greatest question on this planet. Have you seen Kiriath Anab? There it is, Kiriath Anab, over here in the Transjordan. Don't you know about Aduru or Zedpet? Aduru is perhaps by Edrei. Edrei. Right there. Hori asked about options in the area of the crossroads. Pray teach me about the apprentice of Kian. Let me know about Rahab. What else we got here? And Beth Shan and Megiddo. So we come back down this way then. Rahab, Beth Shan, Megiddo. There's Beth Shan. There's Megiddo. Rahab, where are you at? There it is. So I think we found almost everything. So again, Sidon, Zarephath, Tyre, Usu, Akko, or Tyre, Usu, Akko, Ashcraft, Shechem, down here, Again, I am completely blanking on Hazor. And again, I've been here multiple times. So you have found it, I am sure. Tiberias, Yanoam, Adamim, Kiriathanab, Edrei, Rahab, Beth-shan, and Megiddo. Okay. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Hazor is north of the Sea of Galilee, right there. Right here. Okay. Back to page 14 on the regional study guide. It continues, of course, because this is a long letter. The Megiddo-Aruna Pass, which is this pass right here. So we're going to say Aruna. That's one of those ways across the mountains right there. And then it's going to take us down to, I think Joppa is first. Joppa, right here. You still see me? Joppa. And then we are going to go to Raphia, which is in quadrant 3, way down here. And then on to Gaza, which is here. Okay. So now we're going to highlight the routes that Hori talked about in his letter. This is on marking of LB map. We're going to highlight from north of Sidon, move past Tyre and Akko, and Jokneam to Gath. Okay. Then from Megiddo, highlight north to Hazor, and take the road that passes north of Shunem, which is here, and north of Mount Tabor, which is there, up to Hazor. So look, you got Hazor. Now, from Hazor, highlight north off the map on the road, okay? Great. Start your highlight north of Damascus, northeast of Damascus, which is here. Move directly south past Karnaim, there we go, and follow the most direct route from Karnaim via Beth Arbel to Beth-shan. So, good. Now from Beth-shan, the shortest route to Megiddo, which is just right there. From the dot of Megiddo, highlight southwest through Gath. Okay, we've already done that. Continue to Afek. Then on to Ashdod. Then we're going to flip the map to go into quadrant 3. To Ashdod, to Gaza, to Raphia, and off the map, also highlight the Afek, Joppa, Ashdod connections. So let's see. Ashdod, Afek, Joppa. So this is a little triangle right there. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to highlight the remaining portions of the international highways. So from Hazor to Damascus via Dan. Where's old Dan? I guess we're going to go to Damascus via Dan. So we're going to go up and over. Up to Dan and over. Then from Karnaim, south past Gerasa. So south past Gerasa and Rabbah. And I think this is a flipper we gotta do. And what is it, Madiba? There it is. So this one just goes over here to Madiba. Then from Madiba, it goes on to Dibon, which is what my dog is chewing on, Dibon. Then to Basra, which if you go to Jordan, this is the whole area that you're hanging out in right here. Sorry, so it goes to Dibon and then to Basra. Yeah, wow, okay. Basra, east of Petra. And off the map. This is the King's Highway. So again, we start up here. Prepare the way, the King's Highway. All right, all the way down there. Great. Now, I want to start at Rabbah, which is the capital of Jordan, which is Amman now. You're going to highlight southeast to Sahab. Then south to Giza, or what also is like Ziza. Sounds like a 1990s rapper. All right, then down to Kasbashir, which is right there. Then Katrana, excuse me. And south off the map. That's the fun part. That's the easy part. Then the highway runs parallel to the King's Highway and is commonly called the Desert Highway because I bet you can guess. All right, so at that point, we are done with event 5. We'll move on to event 6. Israel's signpost. The king of Babylon stood at the fork in the highway. Read this section on page 15. Read the scripture, Ezekiel 21, 18 through 23. Read the discussion. And then now we're at event 7. David's expansion. In the course of time, David defeated. Read these paragraphs. And now we'll move to the marking on the LB map. Some of David's campaigns in this period are explained in greater detail, such as the battle for Rabbah in Ammonite territory and the Transjordanian highway. Others are only hinted at in single verses or short passages. Still others, like to take over the Canaanite centers in Jezreel Valley, are not mentioned at all, but it must have happened. Together, all these actions show that David understood well the dynamics of the land between and used them to his advantage. The marking below represents David's expansion from his new capital at Jerusalem. A discussion of the expansion follows the marking exercise. So we're going to first start at Jerusalem. We're going to be at first quarter number 1, and quadrant number 1, and we're going to do a green box around Jerusalem. Perfect. Now, red circles around Gezer, Madiba, Helam, and Rabbah. Ready? So not Bezer, but Gezer. So we're going to do it around Rabbah. All right. We're going to do it around Madiba, which is right here. We're going to do it around Gezer and Helam. Okay, so, well, not Gerasa. I'm letting you find it. Oh, there's Helam way over here. I thought we had a dot on Gezer already, but I guess not. Let's see. Who among us could be the first to find Gezer? Again, it's just gonna pop up when I can't find it. Oh. You would think I should know this by now. I don't. It's right here. Okay, there it is. Gezer's right here. All right, so circle Gezer. All right. Now I need green sweeping arrows. David's expanding kingdom. Label your arrows with a black pen as you write your mark. An arrow from Jerusalem toward Gezer via Gibeon and Beth Horon. Gibeon and Beth Horon, like that. Sweeping arrow. All right, and we're going to label that A. Then a arrow from Jerusalem pointing toward Gath. Did we miss Gath? No, but an arrow from Jerusalem pointing toward Gath via Bethlehem and Azekah. Bethlehem is down here. I think it's on the little marker there. Bethlehem. And Azekah. And there's Gath. So, to get the full effect on this one, okay, that's B. I think I'm gonna keep the map open. I'm gonna break my rules. An arrow from Jerusalem to the region of Jericho. And a second arrow from east of Jericho to Dibon, passing southwest of Medeba. Okay. An arrow from, then that one would say C. An arrow from Bethlehem, continuing to Hebron and Arad, to the Rift Valley west of Zaor. Okay. Well, there's Bethlehem. There's Hebron. There's Arad. And then Zaor is down here. Okay? And that is going to be letter number D. All right, a second arrow east of Jericho, curving past Abila to Medeba. There's Abila right here. And that is going to be letter E. And then from the splitting off of arrow E near Abila, curving up to Helam, to Helam via Jazer, Jogabah, Gerasa, and Edrei. So Jazer, Jogabah, Gerasa, and Edrei onto Helam, like that. There you go. That would be number F, letter F. Then an arrow splitting off of the E near Abila. No, that's this one already. An arrow coming out of the junction of E and F, curving up to Rabbah. Perfect. That is G. And then an arrow west of Gezer to Joppa. And that would be H. Now, green underline, Megiddo. Green underlined, Beth Shan. Big green, Beth Shemesh, Beth Horon. More of these things we add on there. Bet Hagan, Sepphoris, Beth Shemesh, Beth Shan, there we go. Green underline. Green underline Hazor. Green, and these are all Canaanite cities that were taken by David, not listed in as conquerors. So then I encourage you to do the discussion and reading here, finding the names of the cities as you read. Continue to read on page 18. Then you will be on event number 8, Hazael's expansion. Continue to read on that. Then continue on to the middle of page 19. And here are your markings. A blue box around Damascus. Top of the map. A blue circle around Aroer in Moab. And Gath in Philistia. All right, so Gath is here. And Aroer is going to be in Moab, which should be in this area, I think. Oh, there we go. Blue circle around Aroer. Then sweeping blue arrows, which is Hazael's expanding kingdom, from Damascus pointing towards Aroer via Gerasa and Rabbah. All right, from Damascus via Gerasa, skipping over letter F. Okay. And then an arrow from Damascus to Gath in Philistia, skipping over Dan, Hazor, Megiddo, Aphek. All right. To Dan, Hazor, Megiddo, Aphek, and Lod. Okay. This is Hazael's invasion. Continue to read this, all of page 20. And then you'll pick up again with number 3, page 21, which is the NCA map.